What's up, guys and girls? I'm here being back in another video. This one's gonna be really different, and we're gonna give a complete DPS guide for Eula, the Chivalry Captain, I think it was, for the next four. So Condescendence, my bad, wrong one. I think that's Kaya. But soon Eula is about to be gone. At the time of this video, she should be gone in like 12 hours because the whole maintenance for 1.6. But this is a guide for anybody who just pulled her one a nice DPS guide on how to build her to make her do outburst a lot of damage. And I built my Eula up pretty good. And I got lucky with some RNG too, so I can't deny that. I got lucky RNG also. Just a little. But what we're gonna do is we will start out with the artifacts. Now, her best slot artifacts are the 4-set Pale Flame, get nice good physical damage, 25%, and then you get a 4-piece, which when the elemental skill hits an opponent, attack is increased by 9% for 7 seconds. This effect takes up to 2 times, so it can be triggered once every 0.3 seconds. Once 2 seconds are reached, the 2% is increased by 100%. Now, because of how her kit works and the way you do it, you have to attack in a certain way to make this set work. And you have to attack in a certain way when you use your burst. That way, you can do the most damage you can. I do have a C6 Eula. Now, C0 works perfectly, or C1. C1 is probably the best one because this makes it so much easier. Because it takes about, I think it's like 10 seconds or 8 seconds if you hold her down. If you hold down her cooldown or CD or skill. But it's like 4 seconds if you don't. So C1 definitely a must get. But if you don't have C1, you know, it's fine. C0 works fine. I had C0 before. Now for her, what you want to do is you always want a physical damage bonus. Crit rate or crit damage depending on what her ratio is. My ratio is a 45, 122. Not exactly a 1 to 2 ratio. I would need 60 crit rate to get that. But this works. This is the ratio I go for. You know, if you got a lot of crit damage, always go for the crit rate. That way it evens out. At least somewhat. I got the attack one right here. Attack sense. This will put damage to everything, including her choir, which choir is not her strong suit. Surprisingly, even though she's a choir kid, it's definitely not a strong suit. But this will help for the physical damage part too, because it will go into her normal attacks and charge attacks. This one of these, they just get something added for the Pale Flame if you can. I see, I got lucky, I got 26% attack. Basically, I think it all went into attack, except like 1 defense, I think. And then, you know, just the flower. Doesn't really matter on the flower a whole lot, you know. You always want to try to get a crit rate, crit damage on your substats. For a weapon, for 5 stars, there's 2 weapons you can use. Now I use the Songs of Porcupines, just because, you know, I got it. It gets a physical damage bonus. That being said, that kind of is one of her best weapons, just because of her passive is very strong. But if you just want to keep doing attack damage, you want to go for Wolf's Greystone. Just because it actually increases the attack more. I have like 2.7 thousand attack with the Song of Porcupines, but with the Wolf's Greystones I do about 3k. And then once I add Bennett's oats and start getting some stuff to increase it, it's doing 4k. So if you have the Wolf's Greystone and you're not using it, it would be a great thing to use on them because it's very good. The only problem is this is when you use your passive, you can actually do like a little mini explosion that's just fit for her, and it does a lot of damage on its own. So, like usual, I want to get Beto, my Rose Gravestone, so that's why she's got it. Now, for any other option, it might be hard to figure out a good weapon. But any weapon, practically with an attack stat should do. Or if you have a weapon with another physical stat. But like all my weapons like energy recharge, and because of how it works, since your ultimate basically stays on the field for about 7 seconds before it explodes, by the time your ultimate runs out, you're gonna be almost for another burst already. You'll be about halfway through, or you'll have it finished. So even though her cost is like 80, it feels like it's 40 because of how it is with a burst. So try to go, if you got one of these two, go for it. And something Porcupine's is your in-slot weapon, and it gives a physical damage bonus. So, and because of a passive, it will do a lot of damage still, even more than this. But this will increase the attack. That means you're always going to do more damage than this. If you use this. If you got like a D-Luke that's using it, keep using it wherever works best for you. But if you... I'm pretty sure this is a free-to-play weapon because I'm pretty sure I actually used a prototype to craft this. And just use this or any kind of attack thing you want to use. Obviously, I have like no other good weapons except like these three. For talents, for two best ones is, well, I would say is for stars. Do not upgrade this. I made a mistake. If you want to upgrade this, you can, but do not, and I repeat, do not use boss materials on this. Get to level 6 at most, because it's such a waste, because she does not do an immense amount of quiet damage. I'm just level 9, so she does about 20k or so, maybe 25k quiet damage, but she almost does that on her normal hits. So I will upgrade these two. Do not crown this. I'm going to crown this, and I'm going to crown this. But do not, and I repeat, do not crown this. It's such a waste. Crown your skills. She's not a quiet thing. You can technically keep this quiet at level 1. This is entirely level 1 if it wants. The quiet won't do a whole lot of damage, but you'll be doing so much damage for physically, it won't matter. But I would recommend getting this to at least about 10 or 11, but you really want to go for this probably first, just because she does so much physical damage. But this is second. Get this like 10, 11. As you can see, base damage is like 784, and now with my constellations with C6, it gives stack of energy. So use the maximum 30 stacks. I'll have 5 naturally. So I'm going to do like 50k if I don't hit any enemies, naturally. But I was doing about 400k at C0. So C6 does make it where you can do more damage, just right. But that being said, C0 can still do like 400 to 500k damage, which can practically one-shot over every boss. Some healer chose because I want to show you guys a good combo. Now they're gonna die really quickly, so. But usually what you want to do is you want to smack them with your E. Just keep attacking. You want to smack again. Now this will also charge you. Now you always want to do 2. You usually don't want to do 1 at a time, but you just hold it down. And see that activated your passive for the Sugar Porcupines. And since I got a good bit of crit damage, I'm not crit every time, but I crit a good majority. Now, you see my ultimates up? Now, this is the thing I do, because this just gives you so much more attack with your burst. Basically, we're going to bully the wolf boss. Now, this is what I do for a little bit more damage, but you don't have to do this. Because if you have a support like Bennett, just do this. Bennett's lasts for about 12 seconds. Should this be enough? So we just hit. Now that's what I do. Now I switched out, so obviously, as you know, you guys should see that whole bush is literally like 75% full, and I did about 250k. Now that was on the weaker side because of how I kind of did it. I kind of backfired it a little bit, but even when I missed up, and I only did practically 1E on her hull, which it's good to usually try to hold it down or something, it still did that much damage. My burst to its fullest potential. So we're going to find some slimes around here, which should be something I do. There we go. Now I'm not going to use my shield because the second I use my shield, it'll take away the hold down. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna hold it down. Get a couple in there. And bam. That's a good bit of damage. Normally what you want to do is you want to hit E once real quick, and then wait for it to go through, and then hold it down. There's also activate your normal skill, which is like 40k. Now, because of how it works, is a lot of times we're going to get that 100%. Now, not full time on the field, because there will be a time where I won't get that 100%. But if I use the even skill twice, now because of how a skill works, which basically we're just going to launch that to show more of this. So because of how a skill works, every time she uses twice, she gets a full stack. It doubles it if I'm correct, and gives her 18%. See, it's an opponent attack increased by 9%. This effect can stacks up to 2 times. Okay, so she'll get a 18% attack boost automatically, and then she'll get a 100% increase to her attacks. Not only for like 3 seconds. It's a very small time. But the thing is, if you time it just right, because it's about 9 seconds, okay? And if you do it twice, it should do it another 9 seconds, okay? Around there. If you use a boost, which is about 7 seconds, and then hold E, it's going to put that 100% into the boost because it's a straight physical damage. And then if you hold down your E skill at the same time, this will add some stacks to your sword, making it do more damage. When you do it just right, for me I did on more the weaker side because I was trying not to do too much damage because the enemies are weak. But you do it just right, you can one shot. The only bunch you can't really one shot is Astaha, but you can like get like 1 of his health gone in one go. So basically all you're really doing is, if I show a demonstration issue, eat once, and then you'll do a little bit of attacks, and then you eat twice. Now at this point you use your ultimate, and then once you use it, you'll hold it down, keep attacking. This will put the ice on them. A lot of ice on it's giving you some more Grimheart stacks, basically. Giving you some more stacks for your sword. And then you'll E again. And at this point, you won't be able to do another E before that sword explodes. doing a combo like this will make it to where you do a lot of damage. And if you time it just right, will the passive for the artifact goes off about 100% before the light of Grandma goes off, you're gonna practically double your physical damage outputs. So if you do like, I don't know, let's say on the weaker side, you naturally do 150k or something. Like guy was doing. You know, I was trying not to kill him so quickly because I do so much damage. But let's say you do 150k normally. Well, if you do it just right and get that passive, you're gonna do about 300k. If you put Bennett's skill in there, which Bennett's skill luckily lasts for 12 seconds, while Eula's skill lasts for 7 seconds. And it takes some time to also activate. At this time, Bennett's skill is still going on. So I say it takes about, what, 2-3 seconds to activate fully? If that. Well, Bennett's skill is still going on at the same time. So you get for skill going, for passive for artifact sets, and manage to get some stacks of Grandmas by doing a similar thing what I showed you, and getting Bennett's ults going. You're looking about like you can basically solo almost everything with Eula. And I do. I actually solo with Eula more than anything. When I'm on the field, I use just Eula. Because she's so strong. She's actually the only character that I've actually played as. Well, when the character has a shield, she still does like 2 to 3k through her shield, which most characters do like 800. But that will be the complete guide for Eula. She's very powerful, and I would recommend if you are thinking of like just not getting her towards saying like it's like the last like 10 hours, you just don't want to get her because you don't think she's worth it, I would get her. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope this guide helped. If you have any questions, let me know. This is my first DPS guide, so I don't know how well I explain it. I'll try to explain it just well enough to where you guys can understand. And for anybody that wants to get Eula right before the beta ends, I would 100% recommend it. And just follow my guide on Eula, because I love Eula and she deserves it. She's a great character. So anyway guys, I hope that helped, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye bye.